and Code Enforcement Committee meeting will be called to order Tuesday, May the 1st, and it is 7:28 p.m. Madam Clerk, we've had our moment of silent meditation and pledge of allegiance. Madam Clerk, may you please have roll call?
Roll call, Vice Mayor Nickerson.
Here.
Councilperson Dreher's not here. Councilperson Roman.
Here.
As far as the agenda, Councilperson Roman, if you look at the agenda, we have our tracking report. It's the only thing we have to approve. Do I have approval of the agenda?
Approval. Well,
Second. All in favor say aye. Aye. So as we look, next we have the approval of the minutes. The minutes will be approved the next Code Enforcement Committee meeting. Moving to the good and welfare, do we have anybody right now who have to say anything about code enforcement? Who wants to come up? Or anything else? Hearing none, we're moving to the agenda items. Let's go to the tracking report. The first thing we have here was the is the code enforcement and recycling workshop. I want to thank once again Councilperson Roman for putting those on. She's put on a couple so far. At the last one, we were talking about how we were going to put on a third one, as far as recycling, waste management, and things like that. But as always, I appreciate her putting those on. Those are very informative. And everybody who comes out, every time I've come out, which I've come out to both of them, I've learned a lot, each one. I don't know if I'm going to speak any more on that. But.
no, we'll take a look at probably in a couple of months, a new date, and we'll do the next one. I do have some notes that I took that I have not sent out yet, a bit bad. So I'll get those over to the clerk so we can send them out.
I mean, the one thing I learned from the last one, if nothing else, is when you put your recycling out, do not put it in those Publix plastic bags.
They break the machine.
Break the machine, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
But those are good workshops, and I appreciate you putting those on. Moving on to the next thing, this is ongoing. We'll just skip over this for now. The parking in the swell and the grass in the swell area. Yeah, it's a big issue. We'll skip over that for now. Just for sake of time, I know we have a special council meeting coming up later anyway. Home of the Month program, I appreciate that also, Councilperson Roman. It's an ongoing project that I see on the website, and I love it, and it's a great situation as far as getting the homeowners, to take pride in their houses and improve the village as a whole.
So I do have, if I may, the winners for March, which were texted to me by the committee chair, and it was 287 Northeast 90th Street and 24 Northwest 86th Street. And we will be posting, I'll be sending those over so that they can get posted on the website, the pictures of those homes. But the homes have had the signs on their front yards for a few weeks now. Unfortunately, we did not have an April. The committee was really busy and could not come together, and the committee chair was ill. So we don't have April homes, but because the month is already over and May is right around the corner, we're accepting nominations for May. So, we do invite residents and our employees here at the village and, anyone that wants to nominate a home in the village for this program. What we're doing, just as a reminder, is we typically have one home on the east side and one home on the west side. And so we do have some nominations that came in from previous months, and we'll keep those in if we do not receive enough nominations, but we'd love to get some more participation.
Thank you very much for that. The next thing is which we'll put off for now, I believe the next three things. We can bypass bus ordinances for now, messaging cases, bypass for now, and the structural homes.
Unless the manager has.
Yeah, I was gonna say for that, we're in number 6 right now.
Yes, number 6, five I had. Right. Just at the master hearing cases, we've been resolving them
Yeah.
in-house, so we don't get to have any hearings at the present.
At the present time.
So we're good, we're happy about that. Okay, and then for number 6, uninhabitable structures, I've been on the county, talking to the county, trying to figure out some program. They have programs, but the homeowner themselves have to
Need
apply
to
for
apply
it.
for it.
So it's a housing rehabilitation program that it looks like certain, I'm not gonna put them on the,
Yes.
on the
Yes.
record, but those homes could really utilize this. They could roof, repair, structure repair, I mean, all kinds of things to get them in compliance with our building code.
Yes.
But they will have to apply directly, we
Direct.
can't apply for them.
So can we probably, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
Could we possibly
Same.
have this information on our website, or, and also maybe,
Reach out to them.
can we reach out to those homeowners? Is that bad? And
Well-
recommend that? Is there something wrong with that, attorney?
No, I don't think so. You can communicate with them.
Like, just educating them that this is a program that an option
Okay.
that the county could assist them
Right.
in getting their homes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Well, then we'll do that this week.
No, that sounds perfect.
Awesome, thank you, that's good news.
Very good news.
I know I'm not on the committee, but I was just thinking, do you think maybe a resident might be not happy that there's a free program by the county, hey, you might be able to benefit from it? So I think we really have to be careful with how that's worded.
You wouldn't be directing it to just that individual. It'd be just information you put on this website, right?
The website, but we're saying, there are particular homes that have many violations, and they're constantly running.
Well, I mean, well,
so-
Madam Mayor, I don't think that would, if your home is subject to continuous violations that's continually being cited, and it's identified as such, affording them information as to how they can cure it, I don't think that would be repugnant or
Well, if it's a violation, like your roof is really dirty, your roof is really dirty, your roof
No,
is
that's
really.
not what we're talking about.
Okay,
it's
so,
uninhabitable.
it's uninhabited, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so there's, okay, as long as,
No, that's not what we're talking
I
about.
hear what you-
Alright.
Yeah, I understand what you're
Okay.
saying. I think this is for more serious structures
okay,
that could potentially be
We have few.
A danger.
a danger.
okay.
Also, what we could do is, along with putting on the website, we could also take that information, print it out. I wouldn't mind. I could put it on every door, and so everybody gets it right there, in front of their face in black and white, and then from there, if it applies to you, it can work.
Okay, if I may, I know that we have a code enforcement officer who is going out and, he deals directly with some of these structures, so he can certainly distribute that information when he gives out the warnings or the violations. And we can talk about ways to distribute the information to everyone if necessary.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. Thank you very much, Madam Manager. Also.
You're being present.
We're gonna move on. The last one was historical homes, and we'll move on from that for now, which is a good idea. We need to definitely collect the
There
list
was
of that,
something
though.
with a historic home that I just heard recently.
Yeah, when if it's, I don't know where I heard it from
They
too, but,
lost it, or?
no, I think that, if we made a concerted effort to designate like Sherwood Forest,
Right.
I mean, there's funding for
There's
that as
funding for
well,
that.
yeah.
I just heard something recent, it was an email or
I don't know.
something came out about a historic home. Maybe the manager knows, hold on. Did we get an email or communication about the historic home here in Upper Top recently?
Yes, they were in a violation of the county code, but they brought it into compliance. They weren't to do some work that they began doing, so they had to go through the county to get their permits for that. But they complied.
Okay, and do we know what year does it have to be for it to fall under historic?
No, there are some requirements, but we don't know that yet. I can research it.
Maybe we can research it. I mean, my home's from 1926, that's pretty.
Yeah, most of them are. Most of them.
And-
Yeah. My home's like 1920. Yeah. Also.
And maybe, and then if we could get money from,
Yeah.
the lobbyists have mentioned that
Yeah.
that's a
It's a
possibility
possibility
for
for
the village
that.
to get money on, then why not?
Which is good.
Let's identify those
Yes.
historic homes.
Definitely.
Well, there are two,
There are two.
actually.
Right,
Yeah.
maybe we could add more.
That was she saying. If we might have more that fall under
All right.
that fall under the requirements that we don't know at this particular time. That would be good to look into. Perfect. Thank you very much. That's the end of our tracking report. Madam Mayor, do you have anything that you want?
No. I do have a lot about code enforcement, but I'm not gonna get into it.
Oh,
Not
good.
right now.
I'm just, I felt the
I
itch
usually,
from
I
over there.
usually, I usually email the manager if I see things on Nextdoor.
We like to visit.
I see things on Nextdoor,
Meeting.
You do.
or I see things when I'm driving by, like, when I saw so funny, I was driving to work and I saw the damn shopping cart, right? So I had my top down in my car, and I'm like, I just pulled over, and I was like, you're gonna get in this car. It didn't fit, and then I get to my office, and I asked one of my employees to go do it, and then I emailed the manager, and I was like, and then it came up in next door.
And Ms. Pico also.
There are those things.
And I sent you an email, and I was like, get that shopping cart.
Ms. Pico sent me an email too.
So I try to be as proactive as I can. When I'm out there, I pick up, I do whatever I can, and I saw the Public Works new guy today out there, and he was driving around picking up garbage, and I was excited. He puts it in the truck. I was like, yay. Every time I don't see doggy do station bags, I have a fit. But I try to do my part, and try not to complain. I try to resolve. So I send a list to the manager all the time, what I read on Nextdoor and what I see myself.
It's all good.
May not reply on Nextdoor, but I make sure I resolve.
We appreciate
Thank
that.
you, Mayor.
Mr. Attorney, anything else?
No, I'm fine.
Madam Manager? Anything else?
I don't know which committee this would belong in, but we're having some issues with liens being misfiled in the past. Would that be on code, or should it be
I mean, liens,
public planning and zone? I don't know.
liens is code, but they're being misfiled.
Yes, they
It's
have
admin
been.
and finance.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
they were misfiled, and now we're dealing with some issues related to, large fines and people.
That are still outstanding?
Yeah, well. We're getting fined. Yeah, no, we're not being fined, but these homeowners who want to sell or
And they're still
refinance or whatever, they've got these large fees that they have to pay, but when they did a lien search a few years ago, they didn't have any liens. Now they've got liens from 1995
Mhm.
or, these old liens. So
Mhm.
we're trying to really remedy it. It's kind of a problem right now. We've had 2 weeks of torture and
Mhm.
also having to work with other jurisdictions to kind of help us solve the problem. So I just wanted to put that on your radar, but at some point, we really do need to define how we do our lien searches and process and who does it and
Okay.
get the proper filing.
Okay.
May I just say something? Two things. The liens come from code,
Yes.
and then with liens comes money.
Yes.
So I would definitely put it here and ensure that your staff knows exactly what needs to be done, because that's a really big problem.
Yes.
And I know the two scenarios you're talking about. One is my neighbor, and one is a commissioner in Bell Harbor, or Bay Harbor. If it's an error that happened years ago, my concern that I think you should bring it up in admin and finance is because you have the administrative right to waive these fees, and if you are, we need to know. That's all. We should know what the fees are, and bring it up at admin and finance.
Okay, well,
Yeah, so Madam Clerk,
But more importantly, ensure that your staff is doing their due diligence, so this doesn't happen again. These two scenarios were from years ago. Not sure how that happened, but that's not the point. The point is that as we move forward, we can't do that.
no, right, I agree with that. So we do want to put something in place where we catch these.
Thank you for bringing that up.
yeah, and, I would still like to know and be updated on this, so I'll let the clerk know for the next meeting to have it on the agenda, so we can revisit it.
So we want to look at it in code enforcement
And
and admin
yeah, we want to look at it in both committees, code enforcement and admin and finance. And when I meet with you, then tomorrow we'll see what's up with it. We'll discuss it.
Can I add one more thing? I'd be curious to know, and I don't know if there's a way to find out, if those liens were actually paid, but they weren't properly processed, which is also very possible.
Yes.
So all those different scenarios have to be looked at to see which one is the one we're working with right now. Okay, Councilperson Roman, anything else? No. Moving on, we're moving on to good and welfare. If anybody has anything to talk about right now, you want to come up to the microphone and say anything, feel free to do so.
Liliana Pico, 181 Northwest 87th Street. I just want to compliment a police officer that drives at night patrolling with the big lights on, and it's very much appreciated. Because it's really dark. I saw him at, obviously, 181 Northwest. We live on Northwest 87th Street. So I saw him a couple of times, so thank you.
I saw it last night 3 times.
My dog jumps every time he sees me.
Yeah.
The lights.
Thank you, Interim Chief Huffenagel. also for that. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Pico. Anybody else for good and welfare? Hearing none. The Code Enforcement Committee meeting for Tuesday, May the 1st. Oh, do I have a motion to adjourn?
You have a motion.
I will second it. The Code Enforcement Committee meeting for Tuesday, May the 1st is adjourned at 7:43 PM.